Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we're off for more of Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D, and in the last episode, we made it all the way to Snowhead, where after handing in the rock sirloin to a Goron to get a mask that's not exactly important at this moment in time, yeah, we made it to Snowhead, got past the invisible guard that seemed to be possessed, and now we have the fire arrows by taking out the Wizrobe, the mini-boss of this dungeon. We can now melt ice, and that's why we're in this room right now. Before we take up the lift, we've got some stuff to do here, because if you remember, I'm going to move that, because that annoys me. We can now melt ice. We can actually go into this room, hit a switch, move a block, and get a couple more stray fairies before we head back onwards. We also need to come back down from the room that I was going to actually do at the end of the last episode, because it will lead us to another key that we're going to need, and we're going to get that on the way. But before we even continue, we're in the menu right now. Difference from Ocarina of Time 3D, the arrows do not have their own submenu within the bow. They are separate. Another difference between Ocarina of Time 3D as well as the original Majora's Mask is that I can do this. I now have the fire arrows and the normal arrows on separate buttons. So I can have multiple different types of arrows at the ready whenever I need, depending on what button I press. It still makes me wonder, though, that on both Ocarina of Time 3D and Majora's Mask 3D, why they didn't just allow you to cycle between all types of arrows with, like, the touch of maybe the D-pad, because there's 4 directions, you've got 4 arrows, normal, fire, ice, and light. Or maybe just a tap of the R button. But then again, that will probably whip out your shield, so I can understand why they didn't do it that way. D-pad would make the most sense. Or maybe, with the Circle Pad Pro, ZL and ZR to cycle between them, like you can in the base version of Wind Waker on the GameCube. Why did they not do that? It's like you already had that as a feature, but now it's like you can do it slightly differently here. Oh, and yes, obviously that means there's no submenu in the 3D version of Majora's Mask, because then we can, you know, whip out both types of arrows or multiple types of arrows. Now, I'm going to try and avoid fighting these guys if I can. Let's melt all these quickly, roll past you to hit this switch. So we can go get that. But we're going to need to push the block in order to get there. And hopefully I will not get killed. Well, I've got my razor sword, but I want to be using that as little as possible. Okay. I just got dragged with the block for a second there. No. Don't climb it. Don't. Oh, God, he's Scatman. There we are. Wait, let me hold the button. Okay, I didn't see it there because I got stuck on the wall foes. Climb. Oh, we're good. Oh, jeez, I almost got spiked. That's a stray fairy. Awesome sauce. Right, I'm probably going to have to take care of them now because they're both surrounding the, Oh, you did a 180 on me. You exposed your weakness. Right, we need to get this block over in this corner now. We could leave the room and reset it. Or we can do this. Push this over here. Wait, has he gone back behind the ice block? He has. Okay. I did not realise that they would go back to their own spawn block. And yeah, I just held the A button right there. Looks like if you hold the A button, you get dragged with the block somewhat. Until Link just automatically grabs off. Did not realise you could do that. I was wondering what happened for a second, because I was still holding the A button. I normally let go of it anyway, but yeah. I guess that cuts down on a little bit of time, because the timer freezes when you push a block like that. And because we pushed the block into the spot in this room, first time we went through, it stayed there so we could jump across. So we can reach this chest that was already here for yet another stray fairy. And that's pretty much all what we need to do in those rooms. We can now head straight across back through this room, the central room, in order to get back to where we were. Before I do that, though, I will melt these 2 doors. But I'm not going to go through them right yet. Because if you look at the map, these 2 doors lead to the same room. And that room leads to that switch behind the gate there. And if you remember, down below, perfect timing for the camera pan, there's a switch down there we've already hit. They're the pressure pads that we had to pound as a Goron in order to activate, and blue are permanent. No, not blue. Blue are temporary, yellow are permanent. But I don't want to be hitting that yet, because that will mess things up, and we don't want to be doing that right now. So we'll leave that for a moment. We do have the deco flower in the room below. Can I actually see where the door is down there? Is the camera going to tilt? Yeah, the door's right there. That led to a yellow deco flower, which also leads to the upper part of the exact same room. So again, we want to leave that for now. Now that we're back in the room that we ended off last episode in, right up those stairs, we actually do need to come back down here in the original as well, because either punch them or hit them with a fire arrow with the free zards will go in one, because they're ice, they will melt. And we need to melt this block of ice to get this chest. We'll be needing this for later. Small key! That's what we need. And that's it. We're pretty much done down here now, so we can head back up. Just jump across. Jump across now if it's the N64 version. Head back up here, and we got this bloody room. Okay, so this is where the room starts to get a little bit more annoying. Actually, I don't like you. Melt, please. I think you need to turn up the heat a little bit. So by whacking that frozen eye, we don't actually need our fire arrows now. We can just go with normal arrows. Because I actually do need to equip the Lens of Truth right now. Because now we're on the higher point of this room. And this is why I waited until I had arrows. Well, the fire arrows at least. Because we can now shoot this whenever we want. There are invisible platforms. But they changed the ending a little bit. You could just jump into the hole. In the original version, these were a little bit more higher stacked. But they changed the elevation for some reason in the 3D version. And it's basically precision platforming. Yes, it's a straight line, but you'd be surprised on how awkward it is. With the N64 and the GameCube, and, okay, there we are. By extension, the the Wii or Wii U Virtual Console with certain controllers, you have notches. Puckle. And that would allow you to just hold forward and you'd be accurate. But not on the 3DS. There's no notches on that. I just made the game lag and drop frames. With one spin attack. That's how you know that I'm a gaming. So we've been through all these doors. Other than this one over here, we don't need to be a Biggoron. We can take the little safety net. Make our way across. And remember, keep this in mind. It's annoying. They changed the structure of the walls. I need my fire arrows again. Again, if I could just cycle them while in use of the bow, that would be helpful. But I guess they just wanted to be true to the original. Didn't really need to be. But you didn't do that for Ocarina of Time 3D. You put it in a separate menu. As well as if I go back to my items again, you could take an item out of your inventory and it still wouldn't be there because they're selected. My fire arrows wouldn't be there in Ocarina of Time 3D. They would already be in my button. So if we try to go forward, we can't exactly do that. We look down. There's that. There is another way we can actually get in there, and I want to try and do it. I didn't roll out of the ball. That was dumb. And there's no... No, that's the wrong way as well. I need to go up the stairs. The problem that I just did right there is that I was holding... How did I bounce out of that? Oh my god, what is going on? The problem I had there is that I was holding the A button, because in the N64 original, you hold down the A button in order to roll. In the 3D version, you just press A, and then press A again to uncurl. And I also just realised I could have probably taken the, Actually, no, I guess this does work, because we can now take the shortcut here. Because I could have taken the lift again with the frozen ice switch. But we're here now, so it's alright. Right, so if I fail any more times, I'm going to have to cut, obviously. There is a proper way on doing it, but you need to get to the very top and then very slowly glide down with the Deco Flower. This is just faster, even if... Because if I look up in first person right now... nope. Yeah, it's above us. That's where the Deco Flower is. So you don't want to be doing it in that manner. Right, so it is right there. You can see the ledge, that's all we need. We're not going to get interrupted by doing this. I'll wait just in case. Right, press A to let go, and then we hop right in. That's the way to do it in the 3DS version. You could probably do that in the N64 version as well, but there are a few other methods on doing it as well. I will take the full damage so I don't keep my rolling momentum, because now I can get back up there. In fact, I'm going to take this way this time, because it'll be faster. I'll meet you guys back up there. Okay, so we're back up here, and... There is actually a thing that I really must stress. I need to be able to complete this dungeon before the beginning of day 3. That is imperative. Actually, I need to beat this before 2 AM, and I don't think I'm going to make that. Right, so let's get out of that. Let's slap on this again, and I can't use my bow because it's magic-based arrows. I also need to slap on the Great Fairy Mask. We'll deal with that guy in a minute. I want that. Now we can deal with this guy. Who the hell are you, mate? That is Eno is persistent, and it's susceptible to heat. Yeah, we can fight this thing normally, or, well, instead of getting locked out of my items, which would be very nice, swap back to my fire arrows again, and I still have my Lens of Truth on. There we are. Melt you. I think that's the same, even though it's a small one. They only throw small ones. Our hair's not shimmering no more, so that's fine. We also don't want to be using this sword too much. Just saying. I think we're done in this room. Pretty simple. We've now got another stairway. Let's have a little look at this room first before we leave. Yep, nothing left. Let's move on. We have more Dino-Foes, and this time they're not mini-bosses. One jump attack with the Razor Sword will knock these guys out, so it's definitely worth to have the Razor Sword for this. Unless they keep chopping me in mid-jump attack. But, if you notice, the one that I just killed just dropped a Stray Fairy. So let's slap that on. Get one. Get two. And we're missing only one now. Well, we can't do anything here. We need to be able to walk across this gap. That's a bit of a problem. So, we need to go back down to the bottom. Let's slap this mask on and roll! And that's exactly where I wanted to be. That is awesome and perfect. That room that we melted, we now want to go in there. Because we have done everything that we can possibly do without hitting that switch. Let's take this off. Hop over here. And we're just going to go stupid with our arrows here. Kill you. Kill you. Kill you. And that makes a chest appear, which I believe is the final Stray Fairy that we need. Jump over this way. Over here. Make our way across. Whack this open. There we are. We have them all. Now, obviously, there is that frozen Deku flower down beneath us. Unless we fall down, I don't need to melt that. All we need to do is hit all three of these torches. Where is it? It's over there. Okay, that was delayed with that torch. I saw that. And once all three are lit, I don't think they will go out. So we are good. We can just hop across here, walk through the door, slap on a Goron mask, and give it a whack. Oh boy! That's interesting. If you need to reset the puzzle, you need to whack the switch below. The puzzle here is those little blue slices of the tower we can destroy, and it will lower the platform. If we have to reset the platform and whack that switch down at the bottom, those pieces will respawn when we reactivate the pillar. That's the puzzle. Because as you can see here, we can't exactly get up easily unless we make our way round. So what we want to do, let's go this way. Come through here. We have to do this jump again. There we are. I don't even need to worry about bumping into the box. Come back up here. Take off the mask so I can use my arrows or fire arrows depending. Nailed him in the eye. Come back round. And notice that we can actually smack these blocks. Now, this is obviously the most confusing thing, because if you look at the top there, that is not exactly what we need. We need to whack the top ones first, I'm pretty sure. So, I'm just going to slap on the mask so I can just roll across here, climb up this little ladder in order to go up here. And remember once we, you know, did that room and went up? Yeah, that creates a bridge. That's why we don't want to be whacking any of these segments at the moment. So we have to go back through the rooms that we just did. But I wanted to show that that is your roadblock, letting you know you just got to sort out the puzzle. Yeah, I'm just going to ignore all you guys because I don't need to worry about you. Come back round yet again. So it's basically like a second lap of the dungeon, but you got to figure out how you can get around while, you know, the pillar's in the way. Because this makes a bridge, as long as you don't whack any of the actual spots. So by doing that puzzle and going into that one room, we now have a method of getting up here. But it did make getting around to the other rooms a bit of a chore, or just block them off entirely. So let's head in. And we have a round 2 with a enemy that goes for 2 rounds. Wizrobe again! And he has a lot more panels this time round. You can roll up to him and smack him, but we have fire arrows now, so I'm just going to whack him with these. Problem is, if you try to attack him while that teleportation beam of his is still going off, he'll just teleport out. So, yeah, don't do that. Or if you approach him. But because he's on platforms up there, it's probably just a lot easier to just stand your ground and just snipe him when he appears. We just hit him with 2 fire arrows and he's already on his second phase again. So he's easy to take down, no matter how many times he comes back, but no word of a lie, it's going to get annoying. Where is he? He's there. Did I get him? I don't think I got him. You gotta get rid of jump attack with the razor sword, mate. You know what? You're right in front of me. Boom. And you're dead again. Get out of here with that shit. That's not going to get annoying quick. I'm just going to slap this on so I can just punch. Like I said, I don't want to be overusing the razor sword. As cool as it is, and as much damage as it outputs, we can't really risk using it. Otherwise, we're going to have to try again. But here we have the boss key. Now we just got to find our way to the boss. And that won't take much long at all, because as long as you don't whack any of the segments of the pillar, you can reach the boss key. Otherwise, you're going to have to do the puzzle multiple times. But with that, we can just come through right through this door. Punch that out of the way. And we're going to have to come all the way across here. Can I not just drop down to a particular point and be safe? Yep, I can drop right here. That's quicker than going all the way around. And, yep, I'm going to have to roll back up this slope. Because we can't whack the panels at this level. We're going to need to go back down the stairs. Because we can whack these two. So let's come up to the very edge of this ramp here. Yep. There we are. Why is this the only part that's a different colour? It doesn't look like it will move if you can push it. Why don't you try giving it a good whack? You know, every time that the game gives one of those tidbits from Towel, most of the time that's 3DS exclusive. But it does help for those who are not aware. But yes, we've pounded those two, so if we go back upstairs now, we can roll back down this way, without falling down, hopefully. There we go. And then we can whack these two. And once we do that, everything should align correctly. Perfect. We now made a bridge that we can reach these 4 snowballs and this pathway. So let's head this way yet again. Head across. And just punch these. Don't try rolling into them because you're going to go all over the place and probably fall down. I'm causing a lot of lag on the 3DS. I don't know why the 3DS can't deal with snow. I guess it just slows down the system. And with one last icy platform, we can build up enough momentum to jump across, ignore that useless Deku Flower that we're not going to use, and we are here for the boss. And I needed to make sure that I could get here before midnight of day 2, which we're just a little bit early for, actually, because I didn't have too much trouble with that puzzle. We've got 2 hours to spare, and I need to beat this guy before 2 AM. Some arrows if we need them. Magic pots if we need them. Seems all good. This guy's blocking it. I guess we're going to have to free him, but it's not going to be ideal. I want to see if I can slap on my Goron mask as soon as I shoot. Nope, I couldn't do it. I was tapping the touchscreen like crazy trying to get that. If you can, that will save you a little bit of time, but we're going to have to see this cutscene properly. Alright, so I am showing the 3DS version first, because it's pretty much the same as both versions. There's only one difference, and I think you know what that is already. What you gotta do is slap on the Goron mask and give chase. There are other ways you can defeat him, like hugging the side of a wall, baiting him out with arrows to make him run around the entire edge of the map. But if we knock him down like that, in the 3DS version, they add an eyeball, which you're gonna have to take off the Goron mask, and I do actually recommend using normal arrows for this. Just snipe his eyeball. Hurry, chase after it. Even if it means throwing your own body into it, do it so it will stop. Just snipe it a couple of times with arrows, and then he'll run away again. In the original N64 version, if you knock him down like that, just punch him. Instead of shooting him... Well, yeah, I guess you could shoot him with your own... Okay, that happens like normal. Basically, this boss is exactly the same as it is in the original, except for that eyeball. So instead of punching him or attacking him with whatever you want, or even shooting him, so you do have to... Okay, that was different. I'm actually ahead of him. And he's now picking up the pace, trying to overtake me. Yeah, there we go. Back on pace. So yeah. Oh my god, I knocked him over again. I cannot talk. I might just have to show off the N64 version just so you know what I'm on about, because I'm not allowed to talk about it at the moment. If you knock him down, you can take him down with arrows, or just punch him or attack him with your sword. But on the 3DS version, you have to use your bow to hit his eyeball. You cannot reach it otherwise. Otherwise, you would just drive into him as a Goron with your spikes out and dodge all of his bombs, electricity, and everything else. You can still kill him without attacking the eyeball if you just keep ramming into him. I think I've knocked him down again. I don't knock him down this often, this quickly. But yes, this guy is the mechanical beast god. This guy's a machine. And somehow is still possessed with evil magic. Maybe it's amplifying his abilities, I have no idea. But if he malfunctions too much, no amount of magic's going to save his legs from functioning. So let's keep chopping them in, scaving them, mashing them up, jumping high, rolling around at the speed of sound. Come on, it's time to go do the Mario. If you could ram into him like that, that would also be pretty ideal, but yeah, can't do that in this version. Actually, if he lands on the side like that, you can hit him with your sword, but not often does he land on his side like that. Because then it's just the same again. Now, here's the thing. I'm still not going to show the N64 version at this point, I've just decided, because, well, you'll see later on. That probably might be a good idea, because we'll have to, you know, mention it again in the future. Just saying. Or is that the past? Or present? Who cares? It's Groundhog Day. But we took him out really quick. I'm really happy about that. Let's grab the heart container. Hell yes. Get some more magic to max that out. And with that, we have Got's remains. In doing so, you've freed the innocent spirit that was imprisoned within this dark mask. What exactly are all of you? Guardians. Guardians? So, you're protective guards. That's why you're in the temples. But why are the protective guards sealed up? No, wait, are you listening to me? Hey, wait! Hold on a minute. What's happening here? Brother, you default again! Look! Spring has returned to the mountains, brother! It has, brother! Huzzah! 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 Yes! Praise be the protective gods! Our mountain deity! Praise Damoni! Praise Damoni! Damoni did it! Back from the grave! And look at that! And immediately we're besieged by something I absolutely despise in real life. That's a giant bee. Don't ask me, you can either fight or run, it's up to you. Whack it! I don't like wasps. It's more designed as a wasp than anything else. Hello there, Froggy. Hang on a minute. We have a mask to talk to you with. Okay, I didn't even press A. I just slapped it on and they immediately talked to me. I have been waiting for you, Biggoron. Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but it seems like you've lost a little weight. I'm taller than you. As you can see, Dongalo, the long winter has ended and spring has finally come to these mountains. Let us begin our chorus. Oh dear. Think we're a few short. Unfortunately, it seems not all of our members have gathered. Perhaps it is because the winter was too long. The rest of the choir must not have realized that spring has come to the mountains. When it is the great Don Galore has come for us too. What a pity. Where in the world could the rest of the choir be, and what could they be doing? You remember... If I go back into... Yep, the Bomber's Notebook here. It's not actually registered. But do you remember some frogs that we've already bumped into? There was one in the swamp. There was one in Castle Town in the laundry pool. We could talk to them right now, and they would join the chorus. Problem is, that only brings us up to 3 out of 5. One reverts from being a gecko, once we defeat him, in Woodfall Temple, which is the mini-boss. Well, one of the mini-bosses. The one that gave us the boss key. So, if we want that one to join, we've got to defeat that one again, and then talk to the Dongaro's mask in order to send it back to the mountains when spring is here. But that only brings us up to 4 out of 5. So we can't actually complete this side quest yet. I mean, it says complete in the Bomber's Notebook right now, but it is technically a different event. This one gives you the mask. Finding all the frogs is a different story. Also, we are still not done yet. We have still got a bit of time left. And I need to head back to the mountain village right now. But before I do, I'm going to go through this new shortcut that is opened up on the map. But yeah, one of the few bosses that is actually still kept the same in between the two versions for the majority. This is ugly. That didn't kill them all. There we are. We don't even need to kill them all anyway. I just want to come up this way. This is the shortcut that those two Gorons took. And here's a hole that I won't actually pop into. Because this is an easy one to miss because we wouldn't be coming back up here otherwise. I needed to make sure I avoided that Deku Baba because he would have knocked me for a loop. 20 rupees, didn't need it. I just wanted to come over here because I'm never going to do it otherwise. Ouchies, my face. So yeah, I will talk about the... I'll show that boss battle again at a later date while we do the by doing the N64 version. Just not right now. There's a reason. For now, though, I need to head back to the mountain village, and that was too sharp of a turn, and I need to get what I need done before I run out of time. I need to do this before it hits the beginning of the 3rd day. Let's head up here quickly. All will be explained in due time. I haven't got much time to waste! That's what I get for rushing, and yeah, I spawned back up here anyway. Pog?
Dormy?
The water's back. Did the elder drown? Just realised.
Now it's nice and warm out. I'm much, much better. Even my daddy isn't right beside me. I won't be selfish and cry. So now that spring's come, the growing races should be starting soon. But this rock is in the way, so I can't get in to see the race. And spring's just started too. I was so excited. There's nothing I can do. I hate it! I hate it! I want to see it! I want to see the race!
So, as per, like, what happened when we purified a Woodfall, what happens here is that since defeating the boss of the area, and restoring the Guardian, we've also restored it to its original state. This abnormal cold snap is not supposed to be like this. It's really supposed to be cold near the temple, but only near the temple, not the entire mountain. And now that we've restored it, and spring is here like it should be, we now have new events to do. And that's why I'm trying to hurry up, because if I don't get this gold dust in time, that's what we're working on. So, normally we would talk to the residents after we are done with our usual shindiggery, but we don't have time for that. I also don't have time to be taking my time here. But, I think we're going to go do all that in the next episode, because, yeah, it's going to be a mad dash. And if I do this, if I save now, it gives me a bit of a checkpoint in order to do it in case I run out of time. Obviously, in the N64 version, you would have to save by, you know, rewinding the 3-day cycle over again. But that might also be an option. But we'll cover that later. For now, though, I'm going to checkpoint here. You can save, you can quick save with an owl statue, but not from this one. Back at the mountain village, but we were right next to that, effectively, so you could take that one instead. I'm just doing this here because it's here and it's more convenient. I'll see you guys next time for when we, you know, in one video at least, explore the mountain village, when we have time, to see how everything has gone since we have restored spring to the mountains. See you guys then.